Hey blockheads, this is DJ AK from NK Airplay Radio, and if you love what the My So-Called Whatever podcast crew is doing, check us out too. NK Airplay is an online radio station playing all your favorite hits from the 80s and 90s, especially the ones from those boys in the band, New Kids on the Block. Listen to artists like Boyz II Men, Debbie Gibson, Tiffany, boy bands, girl bands, and many more. We play artists that are associated with or who inspired the New Kids on the Block, plus some of the artists that inspired us while we were growing up. Check us out on social media at NK Airplay Radio. And download the Live 365 app for your iPhone or Android phone and listen today.
Friends forever, that's what we are. Through the thick and the thin, we're friendship stars. We're banger main buddies from the days of old. We laugh, cry, and hug, friendship solid gold. My so-called whatever started a year ago. We share our stories and your stories were told. 80s, 90s memories that give us glee. And on the block party shows, NKOTB. Now our friendship circle has grown by far. Hashtag friends forever, that's what we all are. Boom. And if you don't know, now you know. My so-called whatever for life. Hashtag MSCW. Hashtag friends forever. Yeah. Yeah.
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome.
We are outside again
We are.
at Nikki's house.
You can hear the pool filter, but maybe it's soothing to some.
Can you hear the basketballs from the basketball court?
Oh, yeah. A little bit.
Yeah.
That's
Those are
okay.
basketballs.
We're outside. So
Right.
we're, enjoying the summertime weather while we can.
And still distancing.
Right. And it's nice to do. I mean, we are so lucky to be able to do the Zooms. And
And they've been working out really well.
they really have. They really
They're
have.
perfect for having guests.
Yeah, oh, my God. So perfect.
Because then we can all see each other.
Right.
Plus we can all record
It
in
comes
separate
out
tracks.
beautiful.
It does. It sounds really good, I think.
I think so too.
And
Especially the last one with Amanda.
it was great.
She had a mic.
She had the right setup.
Right. And it sounded like we were all together.
Right.
It sounded great. So,
But it's
we're
nice to get together sometimes.
Yeah. And I just figured, why not get together tonight on a nice, that's a big spider. It had babies, I think.
Yes, it did, because I see the babies.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, because
Next time I'm here to record,
Yeah.
stop that.
Okay. Yeah, they're I was in the pool and I looked down and I had 3 of them on my arm.
Oh my gosh,
It wasn't a big deal. They're little tiny little things. You just flick them off.
There's a big one up there though.
Yeah, there was a big one up there. That's the one I think we caught and we put it on Facebook, and I think it was it had eggs, I think. Or something. I don't know how.
Yeah, that one on
spiders-
Facebook. When I saw that, I'm like, no.
Yeah.
No, that's a nice house.
Yeah.
Burn it down. Nice new home. Goodbye. So
you want to just jump right
let's
into
intro
it?
and jump into it, because
I
we have a
think
lot to cover.
We do. Yes, we do. So, go ahead.
This is Brooke.
This is Nikki.
This is my so-called whatever.
Hey.
Welcome to our 80s 90s edition.
Yes. We're very excited about this episode because I think I was talking to Maria, and I think she was saying she missed the episode. She doesn't mind the episodes now, but she missed the episodes where we'd reminisce about something.
Yes.
Whether it be food or...
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's funny because we were kind of, when you texted me, when we were talking about what we were going to do
Yeah.
for this episode, you texted me and you were like, we were having the same brain length. Because you were typing as I was thinking we should do what we used to do.
Yeah.
Just talk about something.
Exactly.
Because I think a lot of it came about when we were reviewing episodes and kind of reminiscing for 3 years.
Right.
And it kind of reminded me
I missed those.
the internet episode.
Right. And here's the thing. We were a little prepared for this one, but the next one, we're just gonna go with it. We're just going to go with it. I don't know what we're going to talk about, but
I don't know either.
it will be fun and it will be
Yeah.
nostalgic.
For real.
Yeah.
Faux show. So we're talking about
summertime activities.
Like growing up.
Yeah. You know, from little kid to big kid.
right.
And
it's exciting.
a lot of us across the United States, I was hoping to get some people from... I smell trash.
I don't smell trash.
Phew.
Is it me?
No, it's trash. It's definitely trash.
Are your basketball sneakers around?
No, they are not. Hey. I don't know what I was going to say. I forgot.
You were hoping to get stories or
from other countries.
Oh, yeah.
Just to see how
Different?
similar or how different
Yeah.
things were. But what we did do is we went into the group and I said, we're reminiscing. What were your favorite summertime activities growing up? And we got a lot of really great responses. So what we thought we'd do is we go through the responses, and if anything like strikes a chord, we're going to talk about it.
Yeah. I think that's awesome.
Yeah. So I'm going to start with Ashley C. Ashley C says, my stepsister and I rode our bikes or rollerblades all over town from sunup to sundown. The movie Now and Then is very dear to our hearts.
Oh, I haven't seen that movie in ages.
That's such a great movie. Bryn needs to see it. It's so good.
That is so good. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
I think it is on like Netflix or one of those too. I've seen it on something recently.
Yes.
But I haven't watched it. I'm going to watch it.
I feel like it was an anniversary or something that was recently. I could
maybe.
be wrong, but I feel like that's what it came up because I was watching it. I was watching clips of it.
Yep.
And they were explaining different
Such a
things
good
in the
movie.
movie. So good.
I probably haven't seen it since I was like a teenager.
Yeah. Right. Oh, riding bikes. Oh my
Hello.
gosh.
We've talked about riding bikes from
Right.
each other's houses.
Yes.
And that overpass.
I'd be like, I'll meet you halfway, Brooke.
and then you'd be like
I'd
at
get
the
to
end
Grand
of my street.
and Brooke would be pulling up on her bike, and I'm like, for the love of God.
Some things never change.
Yes. Okay. Heather says, we rode our bikes around the neighborhood. As kids, my friends and I were outside a lot. Yeah, we were outside quite a bit.
Absolutely.
I mean, that was just what you did. Like, you played with the neighborhood kids and...
Right. You didn't have... I mean, we didn't have cell phones, obviously.
Right.
We had video games, but like even still, like I didn't really play.
No.
I played those more in the winter.
Or, yeah, more in the winter and at nighttime.
Right.
You know? Yeah. Okay, Maribel says, definitely chased the ice cream truck by my uncle's house and hopped into his pool.
Oh, fun.
Speaking about other people's pools,
Oh my gosh.
I think I've told this story already. I think.
The pool, yes, I think so. The pool next to our friend's house.
Right,
on
that
Tuskegee.
somebody told me I could go swimming in. Some guy like gave us permission to go swimming in it whenever we wanted to.
Yeah.
And we just go and open the gate and go in and swim.
So it's funny because I remember going there several times, but with different people.
Mm-hmm.
Because different people were told
Right.
that they could go there
Right.
by this guy who I never saw.
Me either.
Like, I never saw the owners.
I did see somebody one time who came out and waved to us and then went, like, came out
Were
and
they
we were
old?
like, no, it was a woman. She was like middle-aged.
So I wonder if they were just, like, happy to see kids enjoying the pool, that maybe their kids or grandkids moved away.
Maybe.
But she was really lucky to have an uncle that had a pool.
Yes.
Because, like, we didn't have a pool, and I didn't know anybody
Me
that had a
either,
pool when
Brooke.
I was a kid.
I was thinking that the only pool that I would go to
Mm-hmm.
would be Holiday Trailer Park because...
That's so funny.
Did I never tell you this?
No.
Because my dad's best friend
Yeah?
lived in Holiday Trailer Park and would say, you guys can come whenever you want.
That's so nice.
But the people that lived there didn't like it when we came because they knew we didn't live there.
Oh, yeah.
So they would give us like looks and
Right. Like, you shouldn't be, you don't belong here. So, speaking of pools and riding bikes,
Mm-hmm.
Dakin Pool,
is right.
there.
Right.
It was, Dakin Pool is one of the public pools
Right.
in Bangor.
It's right behind my house.
Right. So, when I was a kid,
Well, it's right behind my house now.
right. When I was a kid, I would with like neighborhood kids, get on our bikes with our swimsuits and a towel over our shoulder.
That's so cool.
And we would ride our bike to the pool. My mom would give us, I think it was $0.25 to get in for residents. But she'd give us like $1.
Because there was that store down there.
Yes.
On
and
the
on
corner.
the way back, so we'd go to the pool. We'd like do our thing. We'd keep our change in our shoe. And then on our way back, we'd stop at the store and get some candy. Because
cool.
The candy was cheap, like penny candy and like 5-cent candy.
And they had cigarettes. They had candy cigarettes.
They did have candy cigarettes, and they had bazooka gum.
Yeah, they did.
Which was my absolute favorite.
And
I
the
collected
floors
the comics.
creaked when you walked on them. They'd go creak.
Yes.
Yeah.
I miss those stores, like those neighborhood stores.
Yes.
And then we would just bike home. But it was so fun. But I remember the pool was full.
Like, when we're saying full, I'm talking there wasn't even a place for you to lay a towel sometimes to even like.
No. You'd ball up your towel like in the corner.
And you'd hang it over
along
the fence.
Right.
Yeah.
And it was like shoulder to shoulder people. You couldn't openly swim.
No.
Which, when I think about it now,
is
is
scary.
effing gross.
And it's scary too at the same time because there was like tons of people in the deep end.
Right.
Like,
how did the lifeguards see?
I have
They
no
were
idea.
teenagers.
I have
the
no idea.
Lifeguards were not like adults.
Like now they limit it. Well, especially with COVID, they're counting.
Right.
It's definitely not as loud as it usually is. You can definitely tell a difference. But Dakin Pool also closed for a period of time when we were younger.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
It closed, I think, when we were in high school, maybe.
Oh.
I feel like it did. And then, like, it was a big deal that it reopened. Because I feel like...
Did they redo it or something?
I feel like it
must have.
closed because the new aquatic center came.
Oh.
And they were just going to use that. And I don't know what... And then they decided, oh, this pool's still good.
Right.
Like,
There's
let's
no
use
reason
it.
to close it.
Right.
Right. Yeah, because the pool over on Union Street now is far superior.
Yes.
It has water slides.
Yes.
But at the same time,
Right.
this is right here.
And it's a nice pool.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, the last time I went, I took Bryn.
Mm-hmm.
And we were swimming in the pool, and some kid jumped on her. And that was the last time I ever went there.
I think the last time I went, I was probably like 12.
I mean, Bryn was so little.
Aww.
So I was like, and
Baby
you know,
Bryn.
yeah, she went under, and I
Right.
was like,
That was not
where the
good.
hell are your parents? Like, and they
Right.
seriously, they were nowhere to be found. And this kid was like a young kid,
And
you
you're
know,
like, it's not the early 90s anymore.
right.
Not like when I used to go.
No. So, the one thing about the holiday trailer park pool,
Yeah.
was that it was super rough. So I'd always cut my feet.
Oh, like the concrete,
Yes.
like or the pool, whatever.
I'd
the pool,
always
yeah.
cut my toes, and I didn't like it.
Aw.
But it was a pool, and I didn't like going because I felt like everybody was looking at us like, "Why are you here?"
Right, but it was a pool.
But it was a pool, so we'd go. We'd stay for sometimes like it seemed like all day, but it was probably like 11 o'clock till 2.
Right,
But it seemed like all day.
that's fun though.
I'd go in that pool from 11 to 2.
Oh yeah,
I just chill.
I will go in my pool from like 11 to 5.
Yeah, sometimes I'm like, oh, it's 4 o'clock. Holy crap.
Yeah, I'll get out. I'll have something to eat, and I'll get back in.
Yeah.
I would eat in the pool if I.
Me too, but
Not that I could.
But I don't think I could. I think I get something in there.
Well, right.
so.
I don't want to like drop a pickle in
Right.
there or anything.
Exactly.
Pickle from your sandwich. Bloop.
Right. Okay. That was a good one, Maribel. Also, the ice cream truck. We had an ice cream truck. It was like new.
Yeah, it was. But we were a little older, weren't we? I don't remember.
Yeah, I think we were, Brooke. I think we were. It was when we started going to the park. I think it was when we were teenagers, and I think
Yes, I think you're right.
yeah. And then it lasted forever because I can remember being at my parents' house with Bryn, and Bryn would get all excited because she'd hear the ice cream truck, and we'd have to run out and get the ice cream
Aw.
truck.
Sadie saw something the other day. We were watching a TV show or something with an ice cream truck on it.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, oh, I wish that there was really an ice cream truck. And I said, well, there used to be,
Aw.
but they don't have it now. I said, maybe someone just needs to buy a truck and like open that as a business.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do it, but
No.
if someone wanted to, we would surely appreciate it.
Right. Christina V, Sprinklers and slip and slides and pools. Let's talk about slip and slides.
Oh my gosh. So, did you have a slip and slide?
I did.
I did not. We had a crocodile mile.
I was going to say you had something because I remember
Yeah.
going to your house and like the neighbor kid was
Yes.
with us and like was like a little girl. Or,
Yes, she was like 5 years younger
Yeah.
than I was. So
Yeah.
like if I was 12, she would have been like
Yeah,
7.
I just remembered somebody, and this may have been
Julia.
another conversation we had, but I was there and we did the crocodile mile.
Yes, and it was fun.
Yeah,
It had a little pool at the end, which I think slip and slides do now.
yeah.
But when they first came out, they didn't.
It was
just like a slide to
It was
nowhere
just a long, and then you'd always like keep sliding across the grass.
on the grass, and it would turn to mud.
Yes, it was
I
gross.
do remember that.
My mom never wanted to put it on the front lawn
I understand
because it would
why.
kill the lawn.
Yes, I totally understand why. Because, and the reason I say that is because this spring, when we'd have those really, really hot days, before our pool was open, our neighbor has a slip and slide.
Ah,
And when I was working from home, I would let them set it up in the front yard because I could see right out the window, and
Yeah.
the kids would just like slide on it. But they slid like a brown patch in my yard,
oh my gosh,
like a mud patch, and Pete was not impressed.
Oh no,
He worked hard on that lawn.
oh no.
But who cares? The kids
Yeah.
had fun. But yeah, slip and slides were awesome.
Yeah, you'd have the little metal brackets that you'd pop down
Yes.
into the thing. And then I never did this until I was like older, but I would put dish detergent on it and then you go real fast.
Whoa.
You go real fast.
That's some serious stuff right there.
Yeah, I think I was older, like a teenager,
Oh my gosh.
and we were like flying.
I would
think-
never dare.
I can't remember where we were, Brooke. I don't know who I was with.
It was not my house.
But it wasn't a slip and slide, but it was like a homemade slip and slide with that
Yeah.
clear plastic.
Oh yeah.
And we were somewhere and it was a long thing and we put and oh my gosh, you thought you were gonna kill yourself.
Yeah, I
Like,
would never
you
do
go
that.
so fast and like, oh, it would
if
hurt
you-
your butt.
Oh, were you on your butt going?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm picturing like on your stomach. That would
No.
be awful.
No, because it was like down a hill, I feel like.
Oh.
So like
I wonder where that was.
you'd like and go. And so you'd go and it'd be like then you'd be on your back and
No, thank you.
it was crazy. Anybody else have stories like that? And then Stephanie T says, slip and slide,
Heck yeah.
which we just talked about. Slip and slides are great. Wendy W says, rode my bike up to the candy store to buy those chalky sweet tart suckers for 10 cents a piece. And I could rent VHS there and was a frequent Annie, Dirty Dancing, and big VHS renter. Slip and sliding on the wet banana, that's what it was called, right? Swimming in our big pool with my Barbies and their little raft tubes.
Oh,
I used to have little
cute.
tubes for my
Yes.
Barbies too.
That's
Yes.
fun.
So I forget about like going and getting a movie, like how exciting that
Front row
was to
video.
go. Yep. To go
Or Perry's.
Perry's. I was going to say or Perry's.
We went to Perry's until they closed.
Yes.
And then we would
Perry's
go to
had
front
an
row.
adult section.
Yes, Perry's did have
I
an
think
adult
front row
section.
had an adult section too.
I don't know. It was never. No, I think you're right, but it wasn't in a separate row.
No, it was just like
black
there.
boxes.
Yeah.
Like there were no pictures.
No.
It was just the titles.
But Perry's, you went upstairs.
So was there just a section of upstairs?
No, I
feel
think
like
the-
I remember going upstairs.
I feel like the whole upstairs was bad movies or adult movies, not bad.
Right. There's
But
something
as a
for
kid,
everyone.
my mom would say, "There's bad movies up there."
Those
You
are the
don't
bad
know."
ones. So, let's talk about Dave's for a second.
Oh my god!
So Dave's used to be.
It's a romance superstore.
It is. And the thing that makes me laugh about Dave's is that I feel like for a really, really long time, like you would first walk into this place and it
Right.
was like a closet. It was like a walk-in closet
Yeah.
with regular movies,
Mhm.
like that you would find anywhere.
Right.
Beaches and Dirty Dancing and those types.
Right.
And then you'd go through these doors, and that's where you found your
And you
romance superstore.
Open up into this because we went as soon as we turned 18. That was like the rite of passage.
It really was.
I remember I didn't go immediately when I turned 18, but I went with you guys. I went with you and Darcy.
Oh my god.
And I was just like, what is that for? What is that
It
for?
was like the first room you walk into. Like you go through these, like they were like, I call them like cowboy
They
doors.
are. They're cowboy doors. They're like a flop, flop, flop.
Like
flop.
in a saloon.
Yes.
And you walk in and the first thing you see is this huge long bin of movies that are like clearance.
Yeah.
But it's like a wall full of those. Of varying sizes, but I didn't know that's what they were.
Oh my
I
gosh.
just like didn't understand what I was looking at.
Yeah.
But like now I know what they are.
I wouldn't have had any idea what they were. I wouldn't have had any clue.
So no, God no. But it's like you go through these rooms and up these levels. There's like 3 floors.
Mm-hmm.
But for the longest time, it was just Dave's Movie Center.
Yeah.
Like there was no.
It wasn't Dirty Dave's. Well, we always called it Dirty Dave's.
because we knew.
We knew what was behind those
Did you guys
doors.
have the Dirty Dave's?
Yeah, do you guys? Yeah.
Do you still?
Tweet us and let us know.
Let us know.
Yeah.
Because that was still is. Apparently, it's a thriving business.
It sure is. There's always cars there. Oh my gosh.
People coming out with those black bags.
And you know what's funny is like the
What?
center of Bangor is like Dirty Dave's. So when you look at a map, when you Brooke,
why does that make me laugh so much?
when you look at a map and it's like just Bangor is the location, it's like Dirty Dave's.
Dirty Dave's. Now
Go
they
ahead,
have,
guys.
like,
Go ahead and look up Bangor, Maine, and Dirty Dave's is
they
right
have
there.
they have mannequins. Do a street view.
Yes,
And
and
see the mannequins.
they dress them up
For holidays and stuff.
for each season.
Yes.
Valentine's Day is the best.
It is the best, but I like St. Patrick's Day.
Yes, St. Patrick's Day is pretty good too.
Oh
shit.
man. This
Oh
is fun.
crap. Okay, Melinda G says, going to Six Flags every weekend with my best friend. We had a teen club there in the early 90s.
You are lucky.
Oh, was it there when we went?
The teen club?
Yeah.
Maybe, but we probably didn't know about it.
No.
What Six Flags, I wonder?
Yeah, we would go to the one, we went to the one in New Jersey
Right, once.
once.
And it was awesome.
It was like, seriously, hands down, the best vacation I ever took.
It was so
Well,
fun.
besides going to Disney with my grandparents
Right,
and
right.
getting Joey McIntyre's lawn clippings, not lawn clippings, getting Joey McIntyre's grass that wasn't really his grass.
I don't think grass.
Lawn- I don't know why I said lawn clippings. Lawn clippings are like when you.
Like if the lawn was
I had lawn clippings on the brain.
like if the lawn was freshly mowed and you took a rake.
No,
You're like, let me grab my rake.
no, I ripped these right out of the ground.
Ugh, okay.
Yes.
I am. That's funny.
Yes, right out of the ground. Right out of the ground. Okay. So we went to Six Flags.
Yes.
And again, that was like hands down best vacation of my teen years.
it was so fun.
and-
And we went to Statue of Liberty
Yes.
and Ellis Island.
Yep.
And we did that drive-through safari thing.
In the monkeys' butts.
Yes.
Yes.
The baboon's ass.
Yes. Yes. That was incredible. Um, okay. Ashley M says, I spent every summer visiting my grandparents in Florida. Ooh, that's hot.
That is hot.
They lived basically in the woods, so I spent all my days in their pool. Ooh, they had a pool though.
Nice.
And playing with their neighbor's dog. I also spent a lot of time fishing with my grandpa. Oh, that's the best.
That is the best. What a great memory.
Yes, there were 7 other grandchildren, but I'm the only one who liked the quiet and went every single summer for 18 years. I miss it so much.
Aw.
Ashley, that's such a good story.
That is, and what a nice memory.
Yes.
grandparents.
Fishing. I think I went fishing. Well, with my dad, I went like a handful of times.
Yeah.
But with my gramp, I went a few times. I don't think I ever caught anything though. All right, nah, I did because he said that's trash fish. Throw it back.
Trash fish. I've never been fishing.
You haven't?
No. See, okay. I fished, like, air quotes,
Yep.
off the dock at camp,
Okay.
but you're not going to catch a fish off the dock at camp. Like, you need to go out in a boat.
Oh.
But I would, like, fish, but I wouldn't touch a worm.
Oh.
Like, I wouldn't bait the thing.
Yeah.
I wouldn't ever touch a fish to save my life. I would never touch a fish.
Yeah.
I wouldn't touch a fish now.
Really?
Not a live one. Not even a dead one. Just cook it for me. Like, do all
Oh,
the stuff
okay.
and then I'll eat it. Maybe.
I probably won't.
I might. It depends on the fish.
I only eat haddock, and that's the fish that tastes like haddock.
I don't think I eat lake fish.
No, they're fishy.
Like, ocean fish are okay. Wow, some ocean fish.
Some ocean fish. I don't like salmon.
I love salmon. I do love salmon.
And salmon are both ocean and river.
I think that
right?
there's like river salmon, and then there's like, I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about.
We would catch Atlantic salmon, but they would like they would like swim away, like they'd come and then they'd swim away.
Like, you catch them and you release them?
No, well, that they made they made everybody do that eventually because our water was so bad.
Oh.
Yeah, but they'd come and like lay their eggs, I think, and then they'd like go back to the ocean.
Yuck.
Ooh. So, but that's a great memory.
That is a nice memory.
I would also spend my summers with my grandparents.
Yes, you did.
I have another pool story that I thought about. So, Nan, we'd always have one of those plastic kiddie pools. You guys know what they are.
Yes, we had one.
The classic
Yep.
plastic kiddie pool.
Some had a built-in slide. Some did not.
This did not. It was a Care Bears one. It was
Cute.
Care Bears. And Nan would never, ever let you go in the water right from the tap. She would go at like 7 o'clock in the morning and fill up the pool
Yep.
so that it would warm up
Yep.
and you could go in it after lunch.
Nan.
Never before, because it was too cold. And I don't know. I guess she thought cold water would make you crazy.
Would hurt you or something.
Make you foolish is like what she would say.
That was nice of her.
Yeah.
I mean, when I was a kid, we would be in the pool as my mom was filling it up with the hose.
See,
And
yeah.
because kids don't care.
No. But Nan
But that was nice.
was very particular.
That was nice.
So, yeah.
So, speaking of pools at
Okay.
home, like those types of pools.
Yeah, yeah.
So we had various like little plastic like kiddie type pools and stuff through the years. We did have, though, when I lived in Etna, we got like a pool kit.
Oh.
It was not like what we have for pools
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
But it was like a...
Like an Intex one?
Yes,
Okay.
only very small.
Okay.
But it was fine for like two little kids because we were like 6 and 7.
Yeah.
And we thought that was a huge deal.
Yeah.
And we would do like whirlpools in it and stuff. But my favorite memory from living in that house when we were like little kids, 4, 5, 6, 7, like right around that age, it was a raised ranch. So my parents had a deck off the kitchen on the second floor, like the top. My brother and I would stand on the lawn underneath, like down and out, like away from the deck. And my mom would spray the hose on us from up there. And we would have our umbrellas and we would do a weather report.
That is adorable.
And we would just report the weather. Like, it's raining.
Oh, that's adorable.
Or we would start out with the sun shining. And we'd say it's a nice sunny day here in Maine. And then my mom would turn on the hose and we'd open up our umbrellas. Oh, there's a quick storm coming through. Hurricane warnings.
Oh, that's
So-
awesome.
That's one of my favorite memories. I wish that we had a video.
I was just going to say, I really wish you had it on
I
video.
do too, but we did not have a
You just
camcorder.
pretended. You just pretended.
Yep, but that was a fun thing.
That's awesome. That was great. All right. Vanessa says, when I was little, the whole family went to a campsite in the southern France. Sorry, I stuttered there for a second. When I was a bit older, we went to Spain. Good times. Spain is still my favorite country to visit anytime. I wonder if, Vanessa, you are from Europe?
Or your family like are world travelers.
Yes, because like I feel
That's
like if
cool.
you're in like England, so to speak, like going to Spain and going to like you can take the train.
It's easier to get right. I mean, especially if you live like in a certain part of Europe.
Right.
I mean, really, I think any part of Europe is pretty
Yeah,
easy
yeah.
to get to another part.
Yeah.
As long as you're not like on an island.
Right.
But yeah,
That's really cool.
that is really cool.
That is really cool.
I've never been to Spain. I'd like to go.
I really would like to go to England someday.
Remember we were going to go, maybe? We were going to go to London?
Oh my gosh. You guys, we were going to go to London. I don't know as if we'd ever talked about this, but we were going to go to London. My friend worked for an airline, and he was going to get us buddy passes to go, and we were going to meet him, and we were going to all go together.
Right.
And he was like, oh, I can find you a place to stay. You can stay at like a...
Like a hostel?
No, not a hostel.
Because I wouldn't do that, but...
Like a crash pad. Crash pad.
Okay.
Where pilots stay.
Pilots stay. Okay.
Yes.
Yep.
And so we were like just gonna do it. We were just gonna go and live it up. It was an off New Kids year because we always said on the off years we were gonna go and travel and do something.
So like we went to New Orleans.
We went to New Orleans instead.
That's right.
Because you went and we were gonna either go to San Francisco.
Yep.
Because I wanted to go to Google, or we were gonna go to New Orleans. And I said, let's go to New Orleans.
The prices were really good too.
Oh my gosh, so good for both.
Yeah. I think that was kind of the deciding factor was like whichever one is the best price.
And New Orleans
the hotel was so cheap.
Yes.
I got that hotel for like next to nothing.
It was amazing. And it was such
great.
a nice hotel.
Yeah, and it was a great location.
And remember my shirt was burned? Remember I opened up my luggage and I had 2 shirts and it was like run over. Like
That's
somebody had
right.
opened up my luggage and
like
had
put
dragged
it under the plane,
right, and
or like dragged it through like a thing.
That's I know what drag marks look like, and that was drag marks, or it got caught in the belt or something.
I was to say the belt, yeah.
So
Crazy.
one of my shirts got ruined, and they were just like, what do you want us to do about it? And I'm like, well, somebody first of all opened my bag without permission, and I never saw like a TSA thing in there.
Right.
So
Rude.
Somebody was looking through my bag. So next, Carrie says we would ride our bikes to the community pool, swim all day, then go to Dairy Queen. We did that too.
Dairy Queen.
Dairy Queen path. We'd take that path up there.
We would.
Yep.
A lot.
Sometimes go to McDonald's, Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Friendlies.
Friendlies, yes.
If you were feeling a little bougie, you'd go to Friendlies.
Bougie was, that was definitely bougie. Okay, Chrissy Joe says, swimming. We used to walk to the local pool and spend the whole day there checking out the guys from school with no shirts on. Woo! Camping with family. It always rained on us. Aw. Cookouts. We had a large family, so everyone would come over and we would play music, eat tons of food, and enjoy the warm summer day. Sometimes we had a squirt gun fight. I forgot about squirt guns.
Super soakers.
Super soakers. I never had one.
No, we had like a whole
like artillery.
Yes, we did, of super soakers.
What do they call that?
My brother.
Arsenal.
Yeah.
Is that
like a
what
whole
it's called?
arsenal of super soakers?
Yeah.
We had like the backpack ones and like the
backpack ones.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
You put your water in the backpack.
That's bougie right there.
Speaking
of bougie.
My brother had a birthday in August.
Yeah.
So like, what did he get every birthday? Another super soaker from somebody.
Yeah.
Some years he probably got 2.
Yeah.
So that's what they were all from.
Very cool. Very cool. Teresa says, biking everywhere. We returned home when the streetlights came on. Slip and slide. Roller skating rink. It literally looks and smells the same if you go there now.
I wish that we still had a roller skating rink.
Me too. We don't have one anymore.
Oh.
So sad. Okay, Elizabeth says, dodgeball. We played a lot of dodgeball, and I don't even know why. I had it bad for those Mickey Mouse heads from the ice cream man. Eventually, I switched to the chocolate chip ice cream sandwiches, which I easily gained 10 pounds from. We had some serious super soaker water fights, easily 20 people in teams.
Whoa, that's serious.
Guns broke one time, so we egged each other on. We egged each other instead. Oh, whoa. Then we rinsed off in the fire hydrant. I miss those days. So we were talking to Jackie and Maria.
Yes.
Because they lived in New York City. And we were asking them, like, what did you guys do for the summer? You know, what
Yeah.
did you guys do? And Jackie said they would open up the fire hydrant and the kids would go and play in the water. And like, I'd only seen that on Sesame Street. Exactly what you said.
Exactly.
And I was always like, why don't they open up our fire hydrant?
I wanted to do that. We had a fire hydrant in front of our house,
Oh.
or like diagonal from our house on Grant Street. And I always wished that they would come and open up the fire hydrant.
Yes.
But like, why would they do that here?
Right.
They wouldn't.
Right.
But I always thought that looked so fun.
I know.
And they would just show like all these kids, like a ton of kids.
Yeah.
Playing in the water in their swimsuits.
It was so cool.
Or like shorts, you know,
Yeah.
and tank tops. And they were just like having a blast.
Right.
And I always wanted to do that.
Because it was like a lot of water.
Oh, yeah.
So cool.
It was a ton of water. And it would be so fun. And like, we didn't have a pool.
No.
So it would have been a perfect.
Right.
But, I mean, that was never going to happen here.
Mm-hmm.
But I was excited to hear that they did that.
Yeah.
Like, that's cool.
Yeah. Now, Maria had a different memory. She said she remembered, like, she did go to the pool. They did have a pool.
Mm-hmm.
But then she said one time they had this, like, traveling pool, or what do you call it? Portable pool?
A portable pool. I think I missed this part of the convo.
And that it was a dumpster filled with water.
Maybe I did see that.
And I was like, I could picture it. I was
Yeah.
like, I would have swam in that. Because you know me. You know me.
You swim in anything.
I would swim in anything. But I don't now. Like,
No,
I don't
but-
want anything touching me. But I would.
No, but you
back
would've swum-
then.
you would've.
Back then, I would have swam in that. I wouldn't even thought twice about it. I would have got right in, jumped right in.
I feel like, though, now,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, take away the fact that you have a pool and that I have a pool.
Yeah.
You know, let's take that away.
Okay.
If someone pulled up here with a dumpster
Yes.
and the water was in it
Yeah.
and it looked all right,
Yeah.
I think you'd jump
I
in.
would. I would.
I think you would jump right in.
I would.
I think you'd get in your float
Yep.
and you just, whatever.
I love the water. Like, this is a dream. Like, right here, this pool that I have
Yeah.
is like everything I ever wanted. I am happy. Like, there's nothing I could say right now besides like going on the New Kids Cruise and that kind of stuff. Like,
Right.
that I want.
Because you have a pool.
Because I have it. So, it's nice.
I know we were talking about going to camp this weekend, but like, which is great.
Yeah.
And that's a memory, a summer memory, because it's my family camp, like
Right.
my grandparents. So we would go up there, but like there's no power, there's no running water, there's
Right.
an outhouse. It is a
Right.
camp. It's a nice camp,
Right. It's really nice.
but it's just off the grid.
Right.
It's on a lake. but
There's
it's off
no
the grid.
cell reception.
None. We have to take a generator, which we do, but you have to like get water from the lake to wash dishes and stuff. But we were talking. We are like, we have a pool. Why don't we just stay home and enjoy the pool?
Yeah.
So that's what we're gonna do.
That's what we're going to do.
I mean, you know.
Those are our plans this weekend.
Yep.
Okay. Christina says, my dad would always take us to Six Flags Great American in Gurnee, Illinois every year. I think I said that right. His work would give employees and their families discount tickets. My grandma would take us to the beach in Chicago until they got so dirty you had to dodge the dirty syringes in the sand. Oh, that
that's
sucks.
too bad.
We went to the Museum of Science and Industry a lot. Great way to enjoy the AC and learn about science. Roller skating was another big activity that we did a lot, riding our bikes around the neighborhood and going to the park to play on the merry-go-round. Now, I will say that I used to, that's one memory that I have is like turning on the boombox and
Yeah.
hearing, turn that radio up for that sweet sound. Hold me close, never let me go. Keep
the spirit alive.
make me lose control. Joey, I didn't sing for you, but that's okay. But yeah, like I can remember roller skating in the driveway to that.
Oh, that's fun.
And that's I would roller skate up and around and come around, like then I'd hit the dirt, like the gravelly dead end part.
Yes.
And it would get a little rough and
Well, yeah,
yeah.
You're a little uneasy.
Yeah, and
That's
then
a
I'd
little
come back
uneasy to roller
in
skate
and
on.
I'd be like
Be
soaring.
like, I'm cool. Smooth
Yes.
sailing now.
But that's really cool. Very cool. Very cool, Christina. Okay. Next, we have Angie. We rode our bikes to the local video rental store and wait for people to return the movies we wanted. I rented Monster Squad, Shag, which I just watched for the first time, like
love
last year or the
Shag.
year before, in Whitewater Summer all the time. Whitewater Summer.
Never heard of
I've
that.
never seen
I don't
that.
think. Shag, though. I loved Shag.
And I've never seen Monster Squad.
I haven't either.
I think those are ones that we have to watch.
We may. And I will definitely watch Shag again.
Yeah.
Now that it's been brought to the forefront of my memory.
Julie H says summer sleepovers, running through the sprinkler, walking to open pantry, I guess is a store, to buy Sour Patch Kids and Jolt Cola, and going to the basketball courts to watch the boys play.
Ooh.
So that was like a big deal.
Yeah.
So there was this guy that I had a crush on was it sophomore year? And I can remember calling you and being like, Tom's playing basketball.
Oh, like that, Tom?
Yes. I would watch him but I'd want to go play, but
Why
he was
he there?
I don't know. And he'd walk there.
Where did he live? I don't know.
Outer Ohio Street before the newish
Yes,
developments.
yes.
He lived in the house
right on Ohio
there.
Street.
That's where he had me drop him off anyway. When I picked him up, because he worked at Shop and Save, and I
That's
picked him up
right.
and he kissed me on the cheek, and I was like, "Were you with me?"
No. I was not.
couldn't believe it.
But I forgot that he worked at Shop and Save.
Yes. And he was an older boy. So I was all
Ooh,
about
la
it.
la.
All about it. And then I wasn't.
Then that fizzled, so to speak.
It sure did. The night we went
No.
bowling together was the night that Princess Diana died.
That is the night that I went to that frat party.
And I had a cast, I had a thing on my knee.
You did, yeah. Because you had surgery.
No,
was
I
that
was
when
about,
you had surgery?
No, I was
Before?
about to. And yeah, they had me in one of those full
Leg brace things?
right. And I was like, oh God, walking, bowling.
Bowling.
Well, I couldn't not go. I couldn't not go.
Exactly. No, you were going to go.
Right. Okay. Shannon says, that was great, Julie. A week on the lake as a family. Same cottage every year. Owned by a sweet family who ran the campground. My mother had gone as a child and grew up with the daughters of the owners. We swam, went on canoe rides, and out in our rubber boat. Played cards and games. There was a campfire every night, and everyone would come together. The kids would play horseshoes and other games while the parents would sit and chat around the fire. We would see many of the same people every year, so we all became friends. Sadly, the owners got too old and the children didn't want the responsibility, so they sold the camps off. Most of them were turned from charming rustic cottages into winterized homes.
Oh.
That's sad, Shannon. That
But those
sounds
are
like
nice
so much
memories,
fun.
though. Yeah, that does. That sounds like a blast.
Yeah. That was a great share. Now, Shannon's from Maine.
Oh.
Yeah. She lives in
Neat.
southern Maine. Yes.
So where did she go,
And
I
she's
wonder?
a Joey Mac fan.
Hey.
Yeah. I wonder where you went, Shannon. I think she was in a music video. I think she shared a story with us. She did share a story with us.
Oh, neat.
Yes. Kristen says, Kristen W. enjoyed time off school. Enjoyed time off school. Went to Disney World 3 times over the years. And during the summer, that's about it, really. But in 2012, I started a new family tradition of spending the day at Kennywood Park, an amusement park. That's cool.
That is cool. It's nice to have those traditions.
Yes. Christine says, Christine. Going to the beach, a lot of pool time, camping on the lake, going to see summer blockbuster movies, lots of sleepovers, staying up super late and sleeping until noon. I did a lot of that as a teenager.
Same.
I slept.
I slept all day.
There's some days I'd wake up and it was 2 o'clock.
Yes. And I loved those days.
Oh, they were the best.
And I'd stay up so late.
Yeah.
So late. With
Until it
friends.
was morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And you'd
So
hear the
many
birds
fun
chirping and you're like,
memories.
oh shit.
So many fun memories.
I know. Micah or Mika Taylor says, going to the beach, pool time in the town I live, in my own pool, camping on the river, and playing with my sister and cousins. Things like that. I don't remember old commercials from back then.
The only commercials I remember from back then are like back to school commercials.
Yes, and I would hate when they would start.
Yes.
Because that meant we had to go
Remember
back to
the
school.
penguin? Be cool. Stay in school.
Oh, yeah.
He was like on advertisements at like, I feel like he was at Kmart and Sears because I don't know if they were owned by the same people at the time.
Maybe.
They were like at their demise or whatever. But anyway, I just remember those back to school commercials and like dreading them.
Right. You know, when I would always dread is the end of the Bangor State Fair because I knew that school was soon approaching.
But that was a great time. You probably were not allowed to do this, but that was a great time to premiere a new school outfit.
I was not allowed to do this.
My mom would let me pick out a school outfit.
So mad, but my mom would never let me do this, and it was like, you know how my mom was. Those are for back to school only. You wear those when you go back to school.
Right. I remember getting these jeans and a Champion sweatshirt.
Ooh.
It was like super specific. And I wore those to the fair. I don't know how old I was. I was probably like 8th grade. That sounds like about 8th grade.
Yeah.
Because the jeans were like a slim fit jean.
Ooh.
And the black Champion sweatshirt, and I just loved this outfit. I don't know why. I loved it, but I loved everything about it, and I wore it to the fair. Even though I was a little bit hot, I didn't care.
You're like, this is cool.
I look
Rad.
banging.
Yeah, banging. So what was I gonna say?
I don't know. Bangor State Fair.
We'll see you there.
No fair this year,
No.
which means no fair food.
I don't think my kids have ever been to the fair.
We took Sadie when she was little.
Actually, you're right.
Stroller.
We took the kids when they were really little.
She didn't go on any rides or anything, but I remember her going in a stroller just so Pete and I could like get fries and hot
same.
dogs and just food, doughboys, like eat all the food and then leave.
Yeah, so that was great. That all came from commercials, but Nan's birthday. When Nan's birthday, August 31st, would roll around.
Yeah.
That is when I was able to premiere a new back to school outfit.
Oh, nice.
Because like the next day would probably be the first day of school.
Right.
Or it was already back to school and my mom was like, go ahead, dress nice, wear one of your new outfits.
Right.
To show the family.
Right. To show the family.
Yep. So that's what I would do. Amy says we would go to Lake Tahoe and Santa Cruz every summer. I would also wake up, go by the pool, listening to the radio all day, putting Wesson oil on to get the perfect tan. Whoa.
Florence Henderson approves.
What? Oh, that's too funny.
But oh my, that's
Wesson
serious.
oil. That's like
I'm reusing baby oil.
yes. I got really, really burned really bad.
Did you?
I didn't get blisters or anything, but
No.
I just remember it being like really bad.
like really red.
Yeah.
Why did we do that? I mean, we didn't know any better.
No,
That's why.
because back then we didn't know that the sun was bad for you. Everybody was doing it.
Right.
Like everybody was.
And they didn't like teach you those things.
No.
So, yeah.
My kids have never known not wearing sunscreen.
My daughter now reminds me before she goes outside, Mom, I need sunscreen. Can you help me put sunscreen on?
Yep.
Which is great.
Yeah.
And she's really good at doing it herself. Like,
Right.
and she's good at it, which
Right.
is good because, like, I'm still not that good at doing it myself. I mean, I'll do it, but like I told you about my handprints.
Yeah, I use the spray, and
That's what I've been using.
it's so much easier, and you get more coverage.
Yeah.
And yeah, it doesn't last as much, but you know what? You get really good coverage. And when I use the spray, I don't burn.
Yeah, I don't either. I haven't been burning
No.
because I've been really good about it.
The only time I burned this summer was because I went out of order with how I put on my sunscreen, and I got distracted and I didn't put it on my face, and I didn't realize I hadn't put it on my face. And
Right.
you saw it because you were like, "Ooh, you're a little red."
Yes.
And I didn't really even get that bad of a burn. It was
No.
just a little red. So, yeah. But other than that, I'm always wearing sunscreen.
Did you ever remember laying out on my roof?
No,
Did you
I
ever
don't
do
think
that?
I ever did that. No.
I think we talked about that on here before.
Yeah, we have.
But I remember putting baby oil laying on my roof.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
On that black.
That black roof.
Yes.
Those black shingles.
That must have
and
been
you just
hot.
throw a towel out there. I'd bring my radio out. I'd bring my
Like,
phone
how
out.
pitched was the roof?
It wasn't bad. Like, you could walk around on it.
Oh my gosh.
And like the roof, like the, I don't know what you call it, like the shingles or whatever on the roof were rough. So you kind of, like, your feet would grab on a little bit.
That's scary.
But yeah.
I think I would have been like
out.
hard pass.
I remember sitting out there. I would talk on the phone out there.
Oh, my word.
Oh yeah.
Crazy.
My cat would come sit with me.
That's crazy. Okay, DC says, most summers I would go up to the Wildwood Boardwalk in New Jersey with my mom, sister, and grandparents. I always tried to win one of those big paper flowers or the giant inflatable crayon. We're talking 1985, 1988-ish. We know what you're talking about.
We know
what you're talking about.
Exactly what you're talking
Yes. She said, I was lucky enough to get both.
about. Whoa.
Eating waffles and
Whoa.
ice cream on the boardwalk too. Waffles and ice cream.
That sounds like
That
an
sounds
interesting
amazing.
concoction.
I would have that. Thank you very much.
Sign me up.
One thing I do remember that I never knew until you told me was I would always take those feathers and put them in my hair.
Same?
The little clips. I'd put them in my hair. Never knew they were for marijuana.
Roach clips.
Never
I didn't
knew.
either until I was older and I saw a roach clip.
And it was just a little clip.
And I remember, have I told this story on the podcast?
I don't know if you have. You may have, but tell it again.
So at the fair, you would play those games.
Right.
And you would get a prize.
Right.
The prize that you would get as like a consolation prize, or like if you maybe popped one balloon and not like all five, was these feathers on these like leather like strings.
Right.
And they were attached to a clip.
Yeah.
And so naturally as a kid you put it in your hair. 'Cause
Right.
You're like, oh, pretty feathers in my hair.
Exactly.
My mom never approved of that. She never ever approved of it. And I didn't understand why. But she'd be like, don't put that in your hair. But I would still do it. And then she'd tell me not to. But I remember at my house, I can't believe I'm telling this story, we had leather things with beads on them on these clips.
No way.
And I would put those in my hair. And my mom was like, you can't do that. Like, please don't do that. Like, that's not what that's for. Just please don't do that. And I was like, it doesn't make sense, Mom. Like, naturally, this goes in your hair.
You're right.
And it wasn't until I was older, much older,
Yeah.
when I actually saw a roach clip. And I'm like, oh, those are roach clips. No wonder my mom was taking them out of my hair.
Yeah.
Now, you might be asking yourself, why did you have leather beaded things on these clips at your house that you would put in your hair? Well, because my father would use them because he would smoke marijuana. And I didn't know
Oh my gosh, that's too funny.
that's what he was doing. And my mother never liked him doing that. And she would kill me if she knew I was telling this story, but she'll never hear it.
No.
But I remember going to a party in high school where there were kids smoking pot.
And
I came home. My mom was talking to me about this party, and like we were pretty open about things. And she said, were kids drinking? And I said, yes. And she said, were they doing any other things? And I said that they were smoking pot. And Mom, it smelled like my childhood. And she immediately went to my dad and she's like, I told you they'd remember. I told you one day they would know. And
That
it
is
wasn't a
great
big deal,
story.
obviously, but it cracks me
I don't
up.
think you've told that story.
I don't think I have
That's
either.
fantastic.
Because I probably wouldn't have back when we first
Right,
started.
right,
But
right.
now, like, whatever.
Right. Seriously, whatever.
My dad smoked pot in the
Yeah.
early 80s.
It's legal
Whose
now.
dad didn't? I
Right.
mean, I shouldn't say that.
Honestly, though.
But right.
Honestly.
But right. So, but I remember my dad, he'd always have it in a baggie in his pocket.
I can remember going out when my dad was playing poker.
Yeah.
And some guy having a little baggie and was shaking the baggie. And it was marijuana.
Yes. My dad would be like, go get my papers.
Yeah.
And I thought he was just rolling his own cigarettes.
Oh no, he was rolling a joint.
Why do we talk about this like we're old people?
I don't know. It's so funny.
Like we're our moms.
That was a fantastic story. Thank you for sharing. Actually, I smell marijuana right now.
I don't.
You will.
Just wait.
Just wait. You smell really good. What are you wearing?
Nothing.
It smells so good.
I mean, my hair.
I think it might be your hair.
I'm wearing lotion that I put on at 8 o'clock this morning.
Okay, what's the lotion?
It's from Spongel.
Okay, that's what it is.
And it does smell good, but
Is
I don't think I can smell it.
Is it from the FabFitFun?
No.
Okay.
I ordered it. Actually, smell my arm.
Yeah, it's that. That
Beach
smells
grass?
wonderful.
I think it's called beach grass.
It smells amazing.
It's super clean smelling.
I love Spongel stuff. Just like Maria said, it smells like rich people.
I was going to say, it's a little bougie.
Yeah, it smells like
That's
rich
the
people.
word of the day.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay, Kayla says, played outside until the streetlights came on and it was time to go home. I used to stay at a lake for a few days with family and 4th of July. We do fireworks, camp, etc. I got my first kiss there one summer.
Oh, that's so nice. It's like out of a movie.
It is out of a movie. That's so cool. And she had like the hearts around the face emoji.
Aww.
I love that, Kayla. Rebecca says, oh gosh, so many memories. My favorite is this little southern girl, would go to stay at my grandparents for a month or more at their house in Gibson City, Illinois. Since everything was built on a square, I would ride my bike everywhere with my friend, and we would go to the community pool and swim for a majority of the day. Then helping my grandma shuck corn and snap green beans later that night before dinner. Just being a kid and thinking you had the world in your hand, being with your best friend and just having fun. Also spending time with my grandparents and experiencing new things with them. They took us to dinner theaters where the waiters and waitresses were actors.
Fun.
How awesome. That's so cool. I love that you guys spent time with your grandparents too in the summer. Okay. Would you like to read the rest of them?
Sure.
Lindsay's next.
All right. Lindsay wrote, I remember the summer between 5th and 6th grade. My friend and I spent practically every day together. She basically lived at my house. LOL. We would go to Six Flags and then come home and play Nintendo, and then she would sleep over. We did that repeatedly.
Fun.
That sounds like fun. Six Flags is like a common theme.
Yeah, so she must have gone to the Six Flags in New Jersey.
He must have.
So would you go like every day to Six Flags? Like, did you get like a season pass?
I wonder. I feel like I would have one if I lived close enough.
I totally would have
I know
had one.
you would.
Oh my gosh.
Definitely.
In a heartbeat.
That's cool, though.
Like, that would be my thing. If there was an amusement park nearby, I would have a season pass.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, next we have Courtney M. She wrote, played outside, rode bikes, hopscotch, jump rope, tag, basketball, kickball, roller skated, climbed trees, playground, swam, slip and slide, another common theme.
Mm-hmm.
Ran through the sprinkler, slept outside in a tent.
Yes.
Yes.
We did that.
Played inside, Barbies, Cabbage Patch Kids, Pound Puppies, Strawberry Shortcake, Holly Hobby, Rainbow Bright, Care Bears, drive-in movies, and Hershey Park.
Fun.
So it clearly sounds like your childhood was very similar to ours.
Yes, very much.
You know?
Besides the whole Hershey Park part.
Right. I've never been to Hershey Park.
No. I have.
But you just went
Yeah.
last year.
Yeah. I was sick though, and I couldn't go on that.
Oh, that's right. I
was
remember
sad
that.
about that.
I have never been to a drive-in movie.
Really?
Never. Let me rephrase that. I went to a drive-in movie when I was really, really little. So little I don't remember.
Have I ever told you about the story about when I was little and I remember very vividly going to the drive-in movie?
No.
And I wrote with this little marker that looked like a mouse. Like it looked like a little mouse and it had a little tail. And at the top of it, like the tail, you take it off and that was the cap. And then you draw with the...
Oh, interesting.
I must have been 3.
Wow.
Or
And you
4,
remember that?
and I remember it. And I remember sitting in the back of my parents' Blazer. They had like a blue Blazer.
Mm-hmm.
And them watching the thing, and I just was like drawing. And it was nighttime.
Oh my gosh.
And I was in my PJs.
Well, because they were probably like, she'll probably fall asleep.
Yep.
That's what I would do. If we were to go to a movie,
Mhm.
I would put Sadie in her PJs.
Yep.
But she's old enough now where
Yeah,
she'd just
that
be like,
doesn't
I'm
happen.
bored.
Right.
Thanks for sharing, Courtney.
Yes.
Jessica M. wrote, filled up water balloons, washed cars, waited for the ice cream truck, and squirted each other with super soakers.
Yes.
Super soakers.
It's a theme.
I used to love washing my parents' cars.
My parents wouldn't let me. Seriously, what did my parents let me do? Nothing.
So I don't remember doing it once we moved to Bangor, and I think it was because we didn't really have a place to do it.
Yeah.
Our driveway was like dirt,
Yeah.
so it would just make mud, and you couldn't really do it in the street.
Right.
But when I was really young in Etna, I remember doing it there.
That's cool.
Because like we lived in the country.
Right.
All right. Julie A. Bicycling, slumber parties, climbing trees, in-state road trips, Native American powwows, county fairs, walking to the neighborhood stores. There's those neighborhood stores.
I've never been to a powwow before.
I haven't either.
That sounds cool.
Never been to one.
Never. No. I've never even
I don't
really
even know
know.
what- I don't
was
even know
just
what
gonna
they
say,
do.
I don't even know really what it is.
Julie, that'd be interesting for us to find out.
Yes,
If you wanted to let us know.
Yeah.
Just because we're curious.
I'm going to Google it after.
Oh, good idea.
Yeah.
Stephanie S. wrote, we pitched a 2-room tent in my backyard in 1998, and my friend Megan and I literally slept in it every night until we went back to school. So, let's talk about tents for a minute.
Yes.
This, again, sounds like a common theme. Lots of people would put up tents. I remember I have a lot of tent stories, so I'm going to have to whittle them down a little bit. Let's talk about, first of all, your tent.
Yes. I had an army tent.
Yes, it was a serious tent.
It was like this thing would have lasted like 50 years.
But I remember specifically that night that we stayed in your tent, you and me and Darcy, and was Nikki there?
Oh, yeah, probably.
And I don't know if she was, maybe I'm getting 2 nights mixed up.
Maybe.
But there was one, I think it was just the 3 of us. And those guys came over.
I don't remember this.
You don't remember?
No. Wait, somebody gave somebody a foot massage.
Yeah.
Wait, was it me?
No.
No, not me.
Then it was definitely Darcy. He was in love with Darcy.
Yes, he was.
A foot massage. And did he bring his friend that we saw at the fair that ended up being my boyfriend for a short time?
I don't know.
I
Possibly.
don't remember. I don't remember if he was there.
I vaguely remember. All I remembered was a foot massage. As soon as you said that, I was
That's
like,
what I
foot
remember.
massage. Somebody gave somebody a foot
the
massage,
foot
and it was
massage
gross.
stands out.
Yeah.
And he was into it.
Yeah.
And I guess she just let him.
I guess.
I guess she did. It doesn't seem like her.
No, I don't think it was her.
Who else would it have been, though? It wouldn't have been anybody else. It was not me.
It wasn't me because I would never let anybody touch my feet.
I think it was Darcy.
Because you know me, I would never let anybody touch my feet. I don't like my feet touched, so it wouldn't be me.
I'm going to text her and ask her.
I'm going to be honest with you. I think I gave somebody a foot massage. I think so. I think it was
you
me.
did not.
I think it was me.
Did you give him a foot massage? It was
I
a
think
guy.
I gave what's his name a foot massage.
No, I don't think you did. I specifically remember being a part of this foot massage.
Okay, I didn't give a foot massage. I can tell you that right now.
So I'm just gonna ask Darcy. But anyway,
Who gave who a foot massage that night in Nikki's tent?
and she'll remember maybe. But I remember that. And then there was also a night with Nikki there. And 2 Nikkis.
Okay.
Different Nikki.
Yeah.
For those listening. And we had beer.
Yes.
But there was that picture.
I turned it.
If we have that picture.
I think I have
Oh
a
my
picture
God.
of it. I think I have a picture of it.
Oh my gosh. There was a picture of our friend Nikki drinking a beer. But Nikki took a marker and turned it into a Pepsi can.
And it looked like a Pepsi can.
And she had it on her bulletin board in her
I
house.
took white out and I like made the white and then I did the Pepsi can.
It looked like a legitimate Pepsi can.
Because it was a good picture.
Okay, so Darcy said, her text said, bah ha 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 ha, no. And she's typing.
Oh God.
Who gave who a foot massage?
I think it was me. Gave somebody else a foot massage.
She's still typing. So she must remember something.
Oh God.
Somebody wanted to, I think, and I said no, but Nikki wanted one, I thought.
No, I never got one. I must have given one.
She said
What?
She said she never got one. She must have
Given one.
given one.
I never let anybody touch my trash feet.
So anyway,
Oh, God.
that's what I remember from your tent.
Yes.
I have those very vivid memories.
Yes.
I also remember the mosquitoes being really, really bad just outside the tent.
Yes.
Like really bad.
Yes. They're getting a little bad right now that
Yes,
we're out
they
here.
are.
Should we save the rest of these and do the rest of them in a part 2?
Like do another episode?
I think we should.
Maybe we should.
Because we have a lot more to talk about.
Yes, we do.
So, actually, you guys can comment more on that post if you want to.
We can share
and
some more.
We'll share some more.
We'll do a part 2 next time.
That sounds great.
Perfect.
Let's do that.
I do just want to quickly say,
Yes.
I have a memory. Again, my mom is not listening to this.
Yes.
Of having a tent in my yard
Yeah.
and staying the night with one of my friends in it.
Yeah.
And we were too young. We were in middle school.
Mm-hmm.
And in the middle of the night, we snuck out of the tent and we went downtown.
No, you didn't.
Oh, we walked all over.
Oh my gosh.
We were too young.
Oh my gosh. You were younger than Bren.
Oh, yeah. I was in like 6th grade.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I don't know why we did that. I don't know.
Because you could.
I know why we did it.
Why?
Because it wasn't just me and her. Her friend was
Oh.
with us, who was a year older,
Oh.
but like
More mature.
years more mature.
Oh.
And we all
Did
went
she have a
together.
boyfriend that was 18?
Probably.
God.
And that, I'm not going to tell the story, but that leads me to another story that I'm going to tell next time.
Oh my gosh.
About something that you're all going to want to hear.
Oh my gosh. You have to remember this for next time.
I will never forget it.
Okay. And I'm going to mark it
Perfect.
here. So that was really fun. And I can't wait to do it again because this is fun. Like I have so much more to talk about summer-wise.
And I
So
think
much
that
more.
you're right. I think you did give one to
I think I did. I think it was me.
I do think it was you. And I do think it was because we didn't really know him.
No, but I was like into him. I was like, I like you.
Like we had just met him
And
at
he was
the fair.
like, I like your friend.
And I didn't know that.
That I liked him?
No, I didn't. And I didn't know that he liked me. I don't even remember how that all came about.
So anyway, that was a great episode. We can't wait to do our next one. It's
Part
gonna be
2.
fun, part 2. And make sure you go on the
Facebook
group and add your comments about what you did in the summer.
Yeah, we would love to share it and reminisce with you.
Yeah. So
Thanks, guys.
yeah, send your stories to mysocalledwhatever@gmail.com.
We'd love it.
But you can also send what you did in the summer if you want to.
Absolutely.
Maybe we'll read that in another episode if it's
Yeah.
a long one. And yeah, I want to hear first kiss stories.
Ooh la la.
That
would
wanna,
be good.
I want to do a whole episode of first kiss stories.
That would be really fun.
I mean, you guys already know our first kiss stories.
Right.
So I
We
thought you
could-
were going to say it again.
We can refresh. Okay. Thanks,
All right.
guys.
Okay, thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Hello, no one is available to take your call. Please leave a message after the tone.
Hi, Brooke and Nikki. This is Jen from Northern Ontario, Canada. And I just finished binge listening to Joey McIntyre. Nikki, I'm totally living through you right now. I've been a Joe girl since October 6, 1988. And, wow, is all I can say. And I just listened to Amanda from NK Airplay. I just discovered NK Airplay because of you, so I will be tuning into that as well and checking that out. So lots to look forward to, and in this crazy world we are living in right now, which I am struggling a little bit with, working in, going to work every day, wearing a mask, and my job has changed, and not crazy about it all right now. You are the light that I have in my vehicle when I'm driving and I'm by myself, and I can laugh and cry and whatever. So, whether you guys know it or not, as awesome as it is to hear Joe, and as wonderful it is to hear all these fantastic stories, you are getting us through some tough times, and I thank you for that. And yeah, I've been listening for over a year now, and it's been great. And I tell you this all the time on my little notes and stuff. I will someday sit down and write my story and send it in. So take care, guys. From Canada. Ciao.
Hey, Brooke and Nikki, it's Lori Latham calling. I just wanted to call and say congratulations! You did it! Amazing! It was awesome. Mission Interview Joey is complete, and it was a complete success. It's a great episode. I have listened no less than 5 times since it came out last week, and every time I find something else to smile at, to laugh at, or get a little verklempt cry at. It was just so good. It's definitely one of my favorite interviews with Joe ever. It was raw, it was real, and it was like listening to a bunch of friends have a chat, and it was great. And you guys did an awesome job, and I'm so proud of you both. It was just great. So congratulations, keep being awesome, and I can't wait to see what y'all do next. Take care. Bye.
Hey, Brooke and Nikki, this is Liz Jacobs, along with Courtney McKeel and Lisa Mitchell. And we just want to tell you we love your podcast so much, and we're so happy you got to talk to Joey McIntyre finally.
Yes.
Woo!
We love you, girls. We love your podcast. I look forward to listening to it every week. I have my T-shirt and my mug, too.
You're the best. Thank you for everything you do.
Bye, girls. Bye.
Bye. We love you. Bye.
Hello from Long Beach. It's me, Charlene. I miss you guys. I wanted to call because I just listened to the My So-Called Life rewatch of Strangers in the House. And Brooke, your disdain for Brian Krakow, I love it so much. So much. As for their parents, I remember on one of the episodes where they're taking dance lessons, and the mom and dad are talking about, oh, we never learned how to dance because in the 60s there were no, like, dance moves. But the funny thing is, they looked in the show the same age as my parents. And my parents were not old enough in the 60s to be, like, dancing hippies. They were young in the mid to late 70s. So I was always confused when it came to the parents and their ages, because I was like, they're the same age as my parents, and my mom was like 19 in 1976. So this doesn't make sense. So when they made him 40, I'm like, now that really doesn't make sense. The dad with the heart attack, right? He's the one that was 40. Anyway, so that never made sense to me. And I was like, well, okay, whatever. It's TV magic. It doesn't matter. Anyway, I love listening to the recaps. It made me watch my DVDs again, because a long time ago I did get the DVDs box set with no behind the scenes, and I wanted all the behind the scenes. But yeah, that's about it. Hope you guys are having a good day, and I'll call back if I have more ideas. And it was good to hear you on there too, Courtney. All right, love you guys. Bye.
Hello, it's me, Charlene, in Long Beach again. I totally forgot the reason I called the first time. So at the Whole Foods where I used to work in Venice Beach, I used to see all kinds of celebrities and actors and singers and all that fun stuff. Well, one time, and only one time, I saw Tom Irwin, a.k.a. Graham Chase. And having watched My So-Called Life so many times on MTV reruns, because I didn't really see it the first time it was actually on ABC, I could not bring myself to talk to him. Usually I say I love your work, or I love the show, or I watch, My So-Called whatever, whatever it is. My So-Called Life, but I couldn't bring myself to talk to him. My So-Called Life is just too epic and meant too much to teenage me that's seen him as a grown-up at my work. I just couldn't get it together. I never saw him again, though, because I thought, okay, if I see him again, I'm totally going to talk to him. And I didn't, so fail. Moral of the story, always say hello. And that's my motto, too. I just couldn't do it. Anyway, that's the rest of my story. Love you guys. Talk to you later.
Hey, it's Karen Flinker. Happy birthday to my so-called whatever. Yay! And I want to let you know that I am a staff writer for the Retro Network blog. The Retro Network is another podcast, and the guys there are really, really cool. And I have written a few articles. I wrote one about my Strawberry Shortcake dolls. I wrote one about Smurfs. I wrote one about playing in my youth softball league from my church. And I wrote an article about standing in line for my New Kids on the Block tickets for the Magic Summer Tour. And next month, I plan to write another article about my experience at the concert and everything, you know, all the preparations leading up to the concert, and probably a list of some of my favorite New Kids on the Block merchandise. So I just want to let you know that I'm doing that. Check out the Retro Network. They're really, yes, I know. They're mostly guys, but they're great guys. They're really cool dudes. And I enjoy listening to them and talking to them. And there is another female, and she has the little figures of the New Kids. She didn't have the dolls. She had the figures instead. But yeah, they're a really great group. They're a fun. They're fun. And the neat thing is that there are a lot of us in this group, and we've all got a lot of stories, and I kind of found a way to kind of tell stories where the market isn't quite so saturated. But definitely check out the Retro Network. I think that there's so much that'll bring back fun memories. Yeah. Okay, that's it.
End of messages.